Well, my name is Alex. I have an Instagram and YouTube, Love Sugar Show, and happy to be talking about this album with you guys today.
Right on, so are we.
So I have to say, I have listened to it. The artwork is very interesting, which for anyone who doesn't know, the artwork is actually behind me. And I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I'm like, this album is actually really good. And I'm like, wow, this is so cool. Like I just loved how it was so full of energy and yeah, so I think you guys did a great job on it.
Thank you. We really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks so much. Appreciate that.
But the first question that I ask anyone is, how's everything going? Not just in your music life, but also in your personal life too, because that matters as well.
Yeah. Well, I would say everything's going well. I'm healthy, my car's running good, the band's doing great. So no
Um,
complaints.
Brian got a new cat recently.
I did.
Aw, that's exciting.
Yeah. Well, here he is.
Um, yeah.
Aw, what a baby. Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
What's his name?
Right now it's Lloyd.
Aw, so
Yeah.
does that mean it can change since you said right now?
Yeah. He's gone through a couple names. But Lloyd is the one that's kind of been sticking. So
Awesome. And John, did you get any new animals or new additions to your home?
No, my roommate has three cats, so I hang out with them a lot. But yeah, I mean, yeah, outside I mean, music stuff takes does take up a decent amount of time, and other than that, I work at a restaurant, and yeah, and then hang out here in this very bedroom.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, but everything's going great. So yeah, thanks for
Well,
asking.
It's going good for me. I'm about to go to Greece for 3 weeks in about a month's time.
that is exciting.
Yeah,
Have any fun plans while there or just going on vacation?
seeing my family and stuff, kind of a vacation too, though.
That sounds awesome. I'm definitely jealous.
Thank you. It's awesome.
I think we're all a little jealous of Sophia.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
okay. Maybe some like photos and stuff you'll get sent, so it'll be like you're there.
Hmm.
I need to bring the whole band with me to Greece someday and we tour the islands. That's the dream.
So with this album, I noticed that it has like some intense emotion and really powerful songs. Like you can just feel the energy off of the album. Was that intentional?
Yeah, I think yes. Uh, but yeah, it was we've all played in a lot of like I guess extreme metal and hardcore bands for a really long time, and yeah, it's kind of just comes naturally that kind of
Yeah.
thing, I suppose. Um, yeah. Anyone else want to speak on that?
Extreme music calls for extreme emotions.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, how do you balance your songs? Since there's like different elements like hardcore punk, and then there's also extreme metal, for example.
I think a lot of that like kind of comes naturally in the writing process. Like John kind of touched on, we have all been playing in bands for, at least 10, 15 years. And a lot of those bands are like, metalcore, hardcore, screamo, emo. So in writing for GIF, there's definitely a certain certain style we're going for. But with all those inspirations that we pull from and all those experiences we have, it kind of blends all together to, give you the record that we just put out, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have like different influences and stuff and pitch in small parts here and there from what we think would sound good together and end up getting a bunch of different influences.
Do you guys have like a formula, or how does that kind of work when you're like creating a song? Like, okay, whoa, that's too much metal. Like, take that out. Let's put in more punk, or like how do you kind of like figure that out?
So our other guitarist, Chris, is he's the one that kind of like founded the band like forever ago.
Hmm.
And typically he would have an idea that he would bring to practice or he would work on with John. and then we would all meet up and kind of flesh that out and kind of this might sound harsh, but like make sense of it, right? Like kind of organize it in a way that is structurally somewhat sound, you know. I mean, most of our songs are kind of all over the place, but that's also kind of intentional. But usually it starts with an idea, and then we all kind of, you know, stick our dirty little fingers in it and make a final product.
Yeah. I feel
And
like
John, did
there,
you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think the writing, well, the way our songs have been sounding has definitely like evolved since we started over time. And but yeah, it a lot of it starts with, you know, an idea from usually like Chris, I guess, most of the time. Um and yeah, Chris has a very like unique way of playing guitar, and the way he writes sounds super cool and interesting. And yeah, so but yeah, usually it's never really like a we're listening for a specific genre or anything. It's just kind of like I don't know. Yeah. We just kind of try to make it sound cool based off of what the bones are. Yeah, if that makes sense.
I also think there's like a level of like you hear like at least with like me and maybe Chris because I believe this is Chris's first like Chris started the band to play guitar in, and so you
Hmm.
can hear Chris getting better at guitar with like every release, and like
Yeah.
myself too at bass and stuff. You know, like I played bass before, but this is like the most time I've been able to spend to like improve at that skill with like a group of people for years now and stuff.
Well, awesome. And I am curious more for like each of you guys, what was like the most intense song to write?
Mm.
Um, so let's see. That's an easy
Well,
answer.
depending on how you interpret intense, I guess. There was one that was very difficult to write because it's hard to play the parts, and we changed them like a trillion times. Is that what you were gonna say, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, I think on the we so for what it's worth, we kind of call all the songs different names than what's on the record. I think it's was it that desyncing feeling and Wet Work Network? We wrote those two songs like together,
Oh, okay.
and we were grinding on those for a long time, just like making sure everyone was tight, you know, all the cue, like we hit every cue. Um, And yeah, I definitely think that in the span of like 6 months practicing those songs, I just became so much better at guitar.
Yeah, I feel like
It
that
got
song took
rewritten a bunch.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides,
mm,
'Cause it started
took a
off
what was
as
I
lot
gonna
to
one
say?
song,
record
I
it too.
think, and then we split it into two. And we've had two songs on this release that started off as like one song that were end up, you know, through just practicing and writing became two different songs.
That's awesome. That's less work, right? One song becomes two. There you go.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that one, yeah, I forget what Brian Wetwork Network is the second one, or that desyncing feeling. Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
so we used to call that free as and that one, yeah, that is there are those two. That would be my answer too. For sure.
I think the song "A Gift from God" also took a while because it was like an idea that we were messing around with for like a really long time,
Hmm.
and it's not like super complicated, or at least not as complicated to play as like Wet Word Network and Desyncing Feeling, but the idea I feel like took a long time to like workshop and come to a place where we were happy with it.
Yeah, and that song also went through like so many different like variations, and I think we even played it live once, like a totally different way. So
Hmm.
it's evolved quite a bit.
So I have to ask because I've never heard this before. You said that the songs are actually different names than what's on the album. Does that get confusing for you, for the band?
Only when
Uh,
we do interviews.
Yeah. No, seriously, because like we can just call it what we've always known it to each other forever, and it makes sense. But then when people are like ask us about a certain song, I'm like, I don't know which one that is. Sorry.
I feel
But
like we have
sometimes
a
we
habit of
like, huh?
no, I was saying I feel like we have a habit of naming songs long, crazy things, but like the internal names are just kind of short, memorable phrases or
Hmm.
Yeah.
words.
I think on the next album, you just need to name it like the same thing, even if it's like super long, it would be very unique and, that way
Yep.
everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see. Maybe we'll do that.
So I know there's quite a few band members and including two vocalists. Do you think that helps with the creation process or allowing you to create different types of songs? Or do you think it's a detractor? Well, not kick anyone out, of course.
Um,
You can go ahead.
I think that like it's helpful because like I was saying earlier, like we all have like different niches of like extreme music that we pull from individually from each other, along with like kind of a large base, you know? And I can say that like Shorts and Mitchie have pretty different tastes in music, like on a day-to-day basis, but have the same base and understanding of like screamo and Virginia metalcore stuff. And so like Shorts kind of comes from like a more maybe death metal inspired place or hardcore, and Mitchie pulls a lot more from like post-hardcore, screamo, emo, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Black metal, perhaps.
Um, yeah, it's as far as like the writing process, it's like it's kind of always been the same where it like starts with one idea and then usually it'll be like me and Chris and probably Brian and Sophia too, the other guitar and like bass will like work on it for like a long time before like vocals really get involved at all. Like
Hmm.
so yeah, and sometimes like depending on who's available because like when we were writing this album we would practice like once a week at least like for like and it would be they would be really long practices uh
Hmm.
and so depending who's available like sometimes like me and Chris and like maybe yeah maybe one other person but maybe not would like get a lot of something done and then like
Hmm.
someone would show up hours later and then we'd have to show them what we did. It's like but yeah, it's as far as like having six people, it's still kind of just like drums, two guitars, a bass is like doing a lot of the writing and stuff. And then once the songs are like ready enough to start thinking about like what vocals will be, like Mitchie and Shorts will like start thinking about that pretty much. So yeah,
Hmm.
it took a long time to write these songs, um, but yeah, having six people is cool. It's fun.
Hmm.
I like that we have six people.
I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of cool ideas come about because we have six people, and it's cool to like kind of riff off that, you know?
Yeah.
So
I
what
feel like we're
happened?
a little notorious for like changing parts like in a song that we've
Hmm.
been playing or have kind of had written and stuff. And so it feels bad to get the vocalist involved too early because then they end up having to change everything they planned on doing based on our insane whims.
So what happens if I'm assuming there's like disagreements, like, oh, we should do this song. Like, did you have any of that on this album?
Yeah, almost. I can't like recall a specific time, but I know it occurred. Usually, I don't know. We're all like we've all been friends for like shoot, like way over a decade at this point. So like I don't know, when it comes to disagreements, I feel like if you can voice why you disagree and maybe show a good, show the right part or a part you're thinking and kind of
Hmm.
talk it through. That's usually the way we do it. Is I can't think of any time on this writing process for this record that we really came to a disagreement
Hmm.
like
I
with
mean,
specifics.
there's like small ones about like I mean, maybe like this part should sound like this, and I would be like, I don't think it should sound like that. But like, I feel like that will happen every once in a while, but it's never like a big deal, and it's we usually will either compromise or so it's and that doesn't even happen. Even that like doesn't happen super often.
I feel like if any of us feel strongly about something, most of us end up not wanting to like settle
Right.
on like one of us not being happy with it even, you know. It has to be
Mhm.
kind of like all of us.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Like adult mature conversations. I love it.
Sure. Yeah, let's call it that.
So
Um, yeah.
I know you guys don't remember the song names off the album, but the first song is called "See," and then there's a white box over it, and then there's also another song that's called "See Again," and it also has a white box over it. Do you know what the intention was behind that?
Yes, but we won't tell you.
Not even hints. I
No.
see in my mind when I saw it, I'm like, oh, it's something like a really bad word or something really offensive, and there's something underneath it. That was my conspiracy.
It is a
It's
little
more
offensive, but we can't tell you.
Aw, that's sad. Not even like the first letter or last letter or middle letter.
no.
I'll give you a hint that's broad enough. Um, it's referring to the powers that be.
Okay. Well, everyone in the comments below, we got to figure this out. This is a mystery, so there we go. I love a good mystery. So I know we talked about like different songs on the album, but I'm curious, which one was like the most fun writing for each of you, and why was it the most fun to write?
Hmm. Um, I think for me, like my biggest contribution to the record was a fucked up face, which I think we called Nano Brain. Um,
Similar.
but yeah, and like I wrote that song, like we were just like chilling at practice and we were talking about writing like a quick kind of I mean all of our songs are pretty fast, but like just like a quick kind of like thrashy song. And I came up with a lot of those parts pretty quickly and that whole song came together like really smoothly and like pretty efficiently and that was just like it just felt good to like kind of have an idea kind of on the spot and just like riff it and then it became, one of the bigger songs I guess off the record.
That's awesome. And then what about you,
Uh,
John?
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I there were like um I really liked the first one after the little intro bit. I think on the record it's called Dissimulation. Um, because it was like that song is super like straightforward and there's like it's like literally just like in the same time signature the whole time and even when it gets fast it's like I don't know it's that and like usually our songs are really all over the place and have a
Hmm.
lot of crazy parts and that one is really heavy and just kind of pretty simple the entire time, which was like a different trying to do that was like different for us, which was fun. And then the one after that on the record, Virginia Creeper was fun too because like I just feel like um it sounds really like catchy in a way that we never do usually, which was fun just as something different. And it's also like pretty simple structure wise and just like trying to come up or well Chris was like how about this riff and I was like that's like really catchy. So I don't know that was a fun one too. Those be probably be my answers.
And what about you, Sophia?
um, I think writing A Gift from God was fun just because I feel like it's it has a lot of momentum and we're like it has a lot of space to play around in and there's like I feel like the vocals are really important to that song and
Mhm.
I kind of helped write some of the lyrics for like the middle section of that song.
Oh,
Uh
awesome.
and I also, you know, like kind of start the song with John. It's just like when it originally started before we had like like a drone and like a piano in it and stuff. It was just bass and drums and stuff. And so we came up with this like
Hmm.
kind of simple riff that had like a really industrial feel to it. And also the song Obliterated Serial Number, like the last song on the album, was something that me and
Hmm.
John hashed out together where I really wanted to do like a Magruder grind or just like more traditional grindcore kind of like start
Hmm.
stopping wild short song that's like really quick and punchy. And it's basically like the first half of the song is just like one riff played a million ways. And so like that was the
Hmm.
one moment where I was like putting a guitar on and hashing that out with John.
Was it like hard or difficult to write some lyrics, or did you find it like a really fun experience?
When I first started playing music, I was like a vocalist, and so I had had some experience with lyrics writing, and I really like collaborating with Mitchie and Shorts on the concept of the album and stuff. You know, like
Hmm.
I really enjoyed like talking with them and conceptualizing like the themes and whatnot for like the lyrics and how we were gonna like present the album visually and stuff. So I
Hmm.
really enjoyed that. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
hearing my lyrics sang by my friends is really cool too.
Yeah, for sure. So I have to ask, when someone listens to the album, what's the first song you recommend they listen to? And, no pressure at all, but we're gonna start with Sophia first.
Oh, what was the question? I'm sorry.
When someone listens to the album, what song do you recommend that they listen to first?
Oh, I think my answer has changed a little bit, but this was kind of part of why we were like how we chose singles off of the album. So,
Hmm.
um, I was a strong supporter of putting out volatile simian nervous system first, just because I really like how heavy and also dynamic it is between like quiet and loud and creepy and scary and all this.
Hmm.
But I also really think A Gift from God has like a lot of meat to it, and I feel like a lot of people really like that song since we started playing it, and uh, I think that's a really good one to start with because it also has like the creepy, scary, heavy, quiet dynamic going on.
Hmm. And we'll go with John second. No pressure.
Um, no, yeah. Well, I mean, I my whole life have been really into just like listening to albums in order, like, and kind of, I don't know, like that. And then, but like, maybe I won't make it through the whole thing, but and but that's usually how I do things. So I would say just starting at the right at the top would be good. But also if you want to listen to a song that's not like a little intro, I guess first, um, yeah, we have those two singles out with their videos for them too. Volatile Simian Nervous System, and then one we put out more recently is Virginia Creeper, and our friend who filmed that. He had a crew as well, but that video came out really cool. So maybe just check that out if you want to do something first. Do that.
Um,
Brian.
so like I'm kind of like Team John is like I usually listen to records like kind of start to finish. That's just how I've always done it.
Hmm.
And on that point, I think that in making the track list for this record, we kind of put some thought into what it would be like for a listener to listen to it from start to finish. And
Hmm.
that's kind of an intention that I want people to take away with this record is that like, there's singles that we're putting out, but honestly, start at the first track and just let it play. There's interludes throughout the record
Hmm.
that are there for a reason. The track order is there for a reason. Like I touched on earlier, like there's two songs that were originally one song each that, are next to each other on the record that kind of blend together and that I think out of context you lose a little bit. So
Yeah.
I stand firm. Start track one and let it ride.
Well, you hear that they thought about you guys when they created this album, so you have to listen to it from start to finish. So that's one thing I did notice though. The album flows very nicely from start to finish. So that's awesome.
Thank you for noticing.
So I do have one last question here for you. Is there anything that you'd like to say to old fans, new fans, or anyone interested in listening to the album? Feel free to add any, comments about bandmates, whatever you want. The virtual floor is yours, and whoever wants to go first.
Well, so our vocalist and other guitarist aren't here. And our vocalist Mitchie's at work right now, and they sent us a message that says, tell them the album is about a bug's life. The ants pick the food, the grasshoppers eat the food. So I just wanted to kind of get that message out there for Mitchie.
Awesome. I'll have to put a little Bug's Life portion picture on the interview. Anything you want to
Um,
add for yourself?
no, not really. I'm really proud of this record, and we spent a long time writing it, and I think it came out really, really great. So, yeah, if you're interested, please check it out. That's all.
All right.
Anyone
What about you,
else?
Sophia?
Oh, I mirror what John says. I am really proud of this record and proud of my friends and what we put down and stuff. And I really hope that people listen to it and enjoy it. And I think, I hope it uh, sticks around in people's imaginations for a little while and maybe inspires some people, go out, start a band, keep the keep the legacy going.
Um, Many people have tried, but Virginia is always on top. Never forget.
True. Number one. Number
Number
one, baby.
one,
Number one.
yeah.
All right. Well, the cool thing about this interview is anyone who wants to listen to the album, which I highly recommend. I listened to it twice, so I really liked it. It already has released. So the cool thing is you don't have to wait for months or weeks or days. So I'll put all the links below.